everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Farida. Thank you for clicking on today's video. If you're new, welcome to my channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, a part of the family, thank you very much and stay tuned for today's video. In today's video, I'm talking about the top tips for saving money as an international student in the UK. Without further ado, I'm going to go straight into the video. The first tip to saving money in the UK as a student is to avoid debt as much as possible. Every debt, whether little or large, should be avoided. For example, when you come to the UK as a student, as a new student, you feel like I want to buy a new phone. It's okay to want to buy a new phone, but make sure that when you want to buy your phone, you pay for your phone at once and do not get a contract phone. And the best option is to buy your phone at once, pay for it at once, and then buy a pay-as-you-go SIM. Where a pay-as-you-go SIM, you have your data to use and then you have your phone fully owned by you. But if you do buy a contract phone, make sure to stick to the contract and do not upgrade your phone contract unless you can absolutely afford to do that. Upgrading a phone contract means that you're paying more money for your phone even though you get a better phone, but then as long as you have a phone that works perfectly fine, that serves what you need it to do, serves you and serves you very well, why do you need to get an upgrade, having to pay more money, and then that keeps you in debt? Because with the way iPhone works, for example, new iPhones comes out like every now and then when you buy an iPhone on contract, then you upgrade and upgrade and upgrade, and you're like, the cycle of debt just doesn't end. The next tip for saving money as a student in the UK is about online shopping and shopping for essentials. A good money saving tip is not to buy on impulse. Your phone may have Eddie talking about, or talking to a friend about a phone, or talking to your friend about this clothes or whatever, and then you see an ad on your phone and the ad just comes up and you're like, oh, this clothes is for £30 or is on sale, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get it. Another ad every single day. Like, you can't just live like that. And if you must buy clothes on impulse, don't buy clothes through instrumental payment, which you can do through Klarna and Clearpay and some other means on online retail stores. So make sure that when you want to buy clothes online, whether you buy on impulse or whether you buy them because you actually need them, make sure that you pay for them at once, and that way you know that, okay, I have this clothes, it is mine. I have these shoes, they're fully mine. I don't have to worry about paying for them in installments or paying for them over 3 months or something like that. Also, with online shopping, whether you buy clothes on impulse or you buy them because you actually need them, make sure that you buy good quality materials, good quality clothes, good quality shoes, because that will actually save you more money. If you think that, oh yeah, I'm just going to buy something that is really cheap, like a £5 dress or a £10 dress or something, and this dress is actually very cheap and won't last very long, it means that within a short period of time you'd have to spend money again to buy something else because that one would have worn out. And it's like, it's better to just spend, say, £40 or something on a particular dress or on particular shoes, and these shoes are good quality, or spend £60, £70 on your shoes or £80 on your shoes, and you're like, okay, this is how much I've spent on my shoes. Like, for example, I'll spend £80 on these shoes and these shoes will last me very well, instead of buying shoes of £20 or £10 that won't last you very long. When we talk about saving money, it's not just about you being stingy to yourself or being a miser or whatever name you want to call it. When you've worked for your money, it feels good to spend it, but when you're spending, do not overindulge. Be a mindful spender. The next tip to saving money as a student in the UK is to learn how to cook. This cannot be overemphasized. If you do not know how to cook, it will mean that you have to order food every single day, which is not sustainable, because if you order food every day, you're spending an average of £15 on food each time on ordering food. For example, if you order food 3 times a day, that's like £15 times 3, that's £45 a day, and you're spending an average of £45, £50 a day on food only. That is not going to work, because at the end of the month, at the end of the academic year, you literally have nothing left because you spent all of your money on takeaways. I'm not saying that it's not good to order takeaways. It is good to treat yourself to a nice takeaway every now and then, but when you do it every day, that is when it gets too much and it prevents you from actually saving money. The next tip for saving money as a student in the UK is to shop for your groceries. On a weekend, for example, on a Saturday, go out to Lidl. Lidl is like the cheapest place to shop as a student. Tesco is relatively cheap, but Lidl is way cheaper than Tesco. So if you are trying to save money, I'd say go to Lidl to do your shopping, or Morrison's. Do your shopping for a week, and if you do a weekly shopping, for example, that means you have food to last you for that 1 week, and you have enough to sustain you for 1 week. And if you must order food online, for example, you're only ordering food one day a week or something, but not every day. The next tip for saving money as a student in the UK is to cut smoking and drinking. Smoking and drinking cost a lot of money. Unless you can actually afford to smoke and drink, like, it doesn't really help you, because, for example, when you buy a cigarette and you smoke it, That's it, really. Maybe it gives you the satisfaction, the pleasure at that moment, but after that, that's it, it's gone. So make sure that when you're a student, try not to be a smoker or a drinker, because that can be really expensive. The amount of money you spend on drinking and smoking can be spent elsewhere. For example, if you quit smoking, or if you've never even smoked, and if you just say like the cost of buying a cigarette every day, you save that amount every single day. By the end of the year, the amount you'll have will be so outstanding. You'll be like, oh, like I've actually been able to save this much money. The next tip for saving money in the UK as a student is to only buy a car unless you can actually afford it. As a student, I don't feel that you need to buy a car unless you live far away from uni, and it's actually a cheaper option to have your own car. For example, if you're a student who lives on university accommodation, I don't see any reason why you need a car, because you can easily walk down to your university. And if you need to go out with friends when the lockdown is over, when the pandemic is over, you can easily get on the trains to go out. So I feel it's a cheaper option. It's a good way to save money to not buy a car whilst you're at university. And even buying a car is so expensive. Like, a car may be cheap to buy, for example, but having to maintain it, pay for insurance, all of the extra costs that comes with having a car means that you're not able to save money. So a good way to actually save money is to not buy a car whilst you're at university, and only buy one when you can actually afford it, when you can easily afford it without stress. The next tip to saving money as a student in the UK is about accommodation. For example, as a student who has just arrived in the UK, you've come all the way from your home country and you feel like, yeah, I want to be in a very nice place. Obviously, it is good to stay in a place that is very comfortable. But then as a student, I do not feel that you need overpriced luxurious accommodations. You do not need to pay £1,200 per month or pay £2,000 per month for your accommodation whilst you're a student, unless your parents can afford it, or unless you can afford it. If that is the case for you, definitely do that. But a student who is trying to save money, or who is trying to think of what they can actually achieve with whatever money they have, it's better to just find an accommodation that is reasonably comfortable and doesn't cost you so much money. The next tip for saving money in the UK as a student is in terms of transport. Transport in the UK can be quite expensive, and a good way to save money is to buy your own rail card or to buy a bus pass. With a rail card or bus pass, it means that you're able to save some extra money that you would have actually paid if you didn't have this rail card or bus pass. So a good way to definitely save money is that once you arrive in the UK, make sure to get your bus pass, make sure to get your rail card, and get on with traveling. But that can only happen once the lockdown is over, obviously. So make sure that when you come to the UK, whether you come now during the pandemic or later after the pandemic, make sure that you get your real card, get your bus pass, and that will be able to save on transport. Next tip to saving money as a student in the UK is to cancel all unused subscriptions. For example, I have had an iPhone that I've not been using for so long, and I've literally been paying 79p for extra storage on the phone that I've not been using. And it's like, it's not a lot of money, obviously. 79p a month could have easily been spent somewhere else. So for example, if you have a gym membership that you do not need anymore, or that you do not use anymore, make sure that you cancel it. If you have any subscriptions that you've made that you do not actually need anymore, make sure to cancel them. Having to pay for something that you do not use every month is not a good money saving tip. Finally, you're probably wondering, okay, now she's gone about how to save money, but I don't even have any money in my account. So the ultimate way to save money as a student in the UK is to get a part-time job. And it doesn't matter what kind of job it is, really. It gives you experience that can easily transfer to other jobs that you probably do later in your career. Even if it means you're doing only 10 hours a week, or 15 hours a week, or 20 hours a week, or even 5 hours a week, it is still something. It means that you have extra money, you have extra income coming in every week for you, which can easily save or use for something reasonable. Moreover, if you're a student either from the EU or from the UK who receives maintenance loans, it means that you obviously get money from the government, but obviously this money has to be paid back. A good way to save money is to get a part-time job alongside this money. Maybe use the money from your maintenance loans to do something else, and have your part-time and have the money from your part-time job coming to you, and then saving that. And that way, you know that, like, every month, this is how much I save, this is how much I spend. You have a plan as to how much I want to spend, how much I want to save, and that is how to save money as a student in the UK. Thank you for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more videos. See you again next time. Bye.